Brothers just plays off the back of Machado. It's going to fall to Hughes. It's going to Machado on the left foot. It's been flicked out, picked up by Smith. Now what can Smith do? Smith drives it.
Only issue for Dartford is it may be a bit too close to try and curl it over the wall.
It's like maybe Carruthers to take. He's going to fancy this one. Machado back to Augenley. It's a nice ball. And Augenley, can it be first time ball? It's in first time.
Hello and welcome back to Brentwood Town TV for another Matchday video. We're back in Isthmian Premier Division action this afternoon, and it's a big one as we host Dartford here at the Brentwood Centre Arena. Today's clash is a special one for a few reasons. Firstly, it's a chance to extend our league at the top of the table with both Folkestone Invicta and Chatham Town in the FA Cup action. Secondly, it's our first meeting with the Darts in almost 8 years. The last time we met was back in November 2017 in the FA Trophy, and fun fact, Lee Noble actually scored the winner that day for Dartford. We haven't seen Noble in action yet this season, but we can't wait to see him back in Brentwood colours soon. For today though, who knows what will happen between the teams. The lads are in great form and we'd love to keep this run going. Our visitors Dartford currently sit 13th in the league. They've only lost twice but have drawn quite a few, so they'll be eager to turn those into wins. Managed by Addy Pennock, they were playoff finalists last season, losing narrowly to Dover, so we know they'll be a tough test. They brought in a couple of fresh faces this week, Jacob Bland, who actually trialled with us in the summer, and Dan Carter on loan from Leyton Orient. However, they'll be without top scorer Ollie Box, who's suspended after a red card against Burgess Hill. A bit of club news before we get into the lineups. We're back in action on Tuesday night away at Canby Island. Kickoff is at 7:45 PM and all the match info will be out soon. It's already the second meeting with the girls this season and it's sure to be another tough one.
Hey everyone, just a quick moment to pause and recognise that Friday the 10th of October was World Mental Health Day. It's a reminder that it's okay to not be okay. Life can feel heavy sometimes and that is completely normal. This year's theme is all about access to services, mental health in catastrophes and emergencies. It highlights how important it is for people everywhere to be able to protect their mental health, especially when the world feels unstable. If you're feeling overwhelmed, you're not alone. Even if you're not directly affected by what's happening around the world, it can still feel like a lot to cope with, and that is completely okay. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of strength. The team at mentalhealth.org.uk have loads of helpful tips and guides on how to manage when it all feels too much, and I would really recommend checking them out. And maybe today, take a moment to reach out to someone, a friend, a family member, just to check in. A quick message or a phone call can make a bigger difference than you might realise. So yeah, look after yourselves and look out for each other. And if you want to learn more, really recommend visiting mentalhealth.org.uk. They do fantastic work supporting the mental health well-being. Anyway, let's get back to the video.
Club 24 Silver memberships are still available, £60 for adults and £40 for concessions. That's basically one game free. It's a no-brainer if you want to back the Blues and be a part of the journey. You can grab yours now on Fanbase or speak to a staff member on a match day. Finally, we've got a brand new monthly newsletter coming soon. If you'd like to get involved and receive regular updates from the club, just drop us a message on social media. Right then, enough from me. Let's get back into today's action and check out the starting 11 that Keith Rowland has chosen today. Keith Rowland has been forced into a few changes due to injury. Emmanuel Harvest makes his first start, as does Fletcher Hubbard since arriving on loan from Brentwood Town. Alejandro Machado also impresses and starts in his home debut. So the full lineup reads: Melvin Minter in goal, a back four of Ryan Reid, captain Matt Cripps, Aaron Pollock and Andy Freeman. Emmanuel Harvest partners Louis Johnson and Alejandro Machado in the midfield, while Fletcher Hubbard, Danny Augenley and Charlie Hughes lead the front three. On the bench today is Sam Park, Charlie Edwards, Ramel Aarons-Royal, John Nzengo and Manny Ogunrinde. Let's take a look at the lineup for our visitors. Captain Johnny Henley is in goal, George Whitfield is at the back, former Aston Villa player Samir Karufas is in midfield, Jacob Bland makes his debut for the Darts and Callum Jones leads the line. Stay tuned for the post-match reaction and matchday highlights, and as always, come on you Blues.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Brentwood Centre Arena for this Isthmian Premier League match between Brentwood Town and Dartford. I'm Steve Bullimore and today I'm joined by my co-commentator, Matthew Trevelyan.
Pleasure to be here with you.
Pleasure to have you, Matthew. Looking forward to this. Should be an absolute cracker of a match. Brentwood Town flying high, 5 points clear at the top of the Isthmian Prem. But Dartford yet to win away. That's an interesting one from Carruthers, straight from kickoff. Spins out on the head of Freeman. Here's it's Carruthers with that route one. Cleared away by Cripps out to that left-hand side. Looking for Fletcher Hubbard, making his debut today. Month signing from Braintree. Cripps takes free kick. Looking for Hughes, comes off his back, comes to Louis Johnson. Johnson, first time strike. Good effort from Louis Johnson and Johnny Henley. Palms it away. Corner Brentwood Town. Hubbard. Give it Danny Ogunley. Poke it out, that's going to come to Adado. That's just that ball over the top again. Looking for Eddie Desarnay. Did get a hat-trick at Ramsgate, did Eddie Desarnay. Desarnay knows where the net is. He's trying to get on that right foot and strikes, but it's an easy one for Melvin Minter. Not back to the goalkeeper by Whitfield, and it's just hammered upfield by Henley. On it for us, Cripps. That's gone straight back to Carruthers, looking for that ball over the top to Desarnay. It's going to be flicked out, picked up by Smith. Now what can Smith do? Smith drives it, palmed by Minter. Not a bad effort there from Smith, and I'll tell you something, I thought that would... I think if Callum Jones had been a bit more on his toes there, he could have had a rebound. Hubbard, right, old tussle. Brentwood Town it back with Johnson. Cripps. So a break on here for Brentwood Town. Cripps on one of those Beckenbauer type runs. Plays out to Danny Ogunley. Ogunley, first time ball in the box, looking for Hughes. It's dealt with by Tennant. Carruthers just plays off the back of Machado. It's going to fall to Hughes. It's come to Machado on the left foot. Good save again from Johnny Henley. Good effort from Machado. Hubbard. Oh, it's going to be a foul. And Samakoye. Good effort from Alejandro Machado, and Johnny Henley called into action again.
It's great work from Machado there. Didn't give up on winning that ball back.
It's a real battle between those two.
I think there's been good battles everywhere over the pitch today.
Adado, Jones, Bland, flicks it through to Pinder. Pinder, first time ball across, that's dangerous, and Jones should have done better. Danger not over yet with Desarnay. Jones lets it run. It'd be better taking that. Brentwood Town chance to counter. Hughes.
How has that not ended up in the net?
Adado, Carruthers has been involved in absolutely everything in that Dartford engine room.
He has, it's been superb.
Koye, Pinder might have a dig from here, and it's just over crossbar by Jeremiah Pinder, but it's another chance for Dartford.
It's a good effort from distance there.
Adado looking for Pinder. Pinder just knocks it on, looking for Callum Jones. Smith gives that way for Arvis. What Brentwood can do here just before half time. It could be a counter on with Johnson. Johnson tearing forward for Brentwood Town. He's going to need some help here, Louis Johnson. Johnson. Oh, he's done well. Ogunley on that left foot, and Louis Johnson did very, very well there. Danny Ogunley, first time on his left foot, just over the crossbar, but that's superb play. So he never give that ball up there, Louis Johnson.
What a superb run. I mean, he's shown his quality there. Absolutely incredible run.
He's a superb little player, Louis Johnson.
He is.
And I think Joe Tennant thought he'd done enough there for that ball to go out. And Louis Johnson said no.
4 goals already for him as well.
Hubbard, nice touch from Hubbard. Hughes, just behind Johnson. Reid. Ogunley. Back to Reid. Hubbard. Hubbard have a pop from here. Hubbard does have a strike, it's just past the post. Good effort from Fletcher Hubbard.
It's not a bad shot from where he was.
It's Harvest. Back to Hubbard. Hubbard. Carruthers got something on that back. It's back with Hubbard. Hubbard. Nice ball to Freeman. Is that going to be a first time one from Andy Freeman? It is going to be a first time one. Looking for Hughes on the head. Good ball from Andy Freeman. And over the crossbar from Charlie Hughes. Henley. Pollock. Harvest. Johnson. It's come to Smith. Smith trying to get back. Shot goes to ground, and this is a very, very dangerous position for Dartford, right on the edge of the penalty area. A foul on Dan Smith. Carruthers to take. It's going to be Carruthers. Oh, great strike. That is a great strike by Samir Carruthers, and Dartford take the lead. Really, really good free kick by the former MK Dons man, and it's Brentwood 0, Dartford 1.
He's shown why he's got experience all over the Football League with that effort.
That is a class free kick. That is a really, really good free kick. Minter no chance.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that if you're in goal. You've just got to watch it go past.
So does he pick the ball up in that position? You do with that, you said, with that experience, and it's a good. You just fancied him.
First goal of the season, I believe, for Carruthers as well, that.
What time to get it? What a goal to get as well. What a finish. Harvest. Freeman. Oganley. Machado back to Oganley. It's a nice ball. And Oganley, can it be first time ball? It's in first time. Header comes in on off the bar. Lovely first time ball from Danny Oganley. It's Manny Ogangrindy. It rattles the crossbar. Lovely header from Manny Ogangrindy, and Brentwood so close to making it 1-1.
What a team move that was. I mean, Machado well involved there as well of Ogunley.
Lovely first time ball from Danny Oganley. That's a great ball. And
Absolutely
good header
perfect
as well.
Pinpoint ball that was.
Cripps. And Nzengo. It's crossed round Jones. Johnson. Machado. Back to Johnson. This is good from Brentwood Town. That's going to be a foul. Now this is a very, very good shooting territory for Brentwood Town. I wonder if it's going to be Machado that might fancy this. So Machado on that left foot. Machado strikes. Oh, and it's a good save again from Johnny Henley.
I mean, unbelievable technique there from Machado, and Henley did so well to get to that.
But it was just going in that top left-hand corner. Good strike from Machado. But again, Johnny Henley being equal to everything that Brentwood Town's thrown at him this afternoon. He's had a good game, Johnny Henley. Machado, good header. Let's come out to Johnson. Cripps. Still Cripps, can he pull the trigger? Cripps, it's clipped into penalty area. Hughes at Brentwood a level! It's that man, Charlie Hughes, and I think that's the first time he's lost his marker. And Hughes makes it 1-1.
And what a run from the Brentwood captain into the box there, just kept running and then eventually managed to find Charlie Hughes. What a ball.
Brentwood 1, Dartford 1. 5th goal of the season for Charlie Hughes.
We've got an exciting finish on our hands here.
This game now is wide open, Matt. It is wide open.
And obviously Brentwood this season been absolutely incredible at coming from behind and not giving up. So once again, I'm sure they won't give up here.
Harvest. Back to John and Nzengo. And Nzengo, that's a wicked cross. Oh, and Danny Oganley just couldn't get his head on that. That's a rascal of a cross from John and Nzengo.
Any contact on that from Danny Ogunley and it's in.
It's a wicked ball. Harvest. Oganley. Hughes can't get anything on it, and it's all the way back to Henley. Sending. Oh, he's going to get his pocket picked by Danny Oganley, and Danny Oganley for 2-1. Oganley is past the post from the Brentwood hitman.
He'll be disappointed with that finish.
He will. Joe Tennant got out of jail there.
He scored many from that range, especially last season. That is not his best effort from that range.
That is a big, big chance for Brentwood Town. Goal kick, maybe one last chance for Brentwood Town.
It was well seen out there by the Brentwood defence.
Aaron's Royal. And that's it. It's a point apiece. It's been a scrappy affair at times, it's been a physical game. Brentwood Town yet again do come from behind, and I think on the face of it for me personally, with the injuries they've got and everything, that's not a bad point against a very physical and a well-drilled outfit in Dartford.
Yeah, Dartford are a good side. I mean, they've had a poor start to the league from their perspective, but finishing the playoffs last season, they're very good at this level, spent years in the National League South. So for a newly promoted team, this is a fantastic result.
I totally agree. They've got some good players. Carruthers has been outstanding. I think the back two, they're proper, for me, old school defenders. You know, you weren't going to get much out of them. If you were going to get them, they were going to get your back twice as hard. You know, that's the way they play. There's nothing wrong with that. They're two old school centre halves, and I think, to be fair, I think Whitfield plays beyond his years. For a 20-year-old, he looks so experienced. But Brentwood Town, so the men they've got out, that's, for me, that's not a bad point at all. That's not a bad point at all.
Both teams really struggle to get a strong foothold in the game and really take control, because both sides have such strong midfields. It was a real challenge, real battle.
It was a brilliant performance from the ref. It was a very stop-start at times, you know, we're whistling it out a lot. But it's a points apiece, and I just said thank you for joining me this afternoon, Matthew. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
And it's finished here at Brentwood Arena. Brentwood Town 1, Dartford 1.
1-1 draw here against Dartford. A respectable point in the end, considering the circumstances surrounding all the players that we're missing.
Yep.
Going behind again, but still showing that fight-back spirit.
Yep. I thought we were good for the first 25 minutes. It's probably one of the best starts we've had. I thought we were really good. I thought that we moved the ball well, shifted them around, but I thought after that first 20 minutes they dropped off of us. I mean, we were picking the ball up on the halfway line, and every single one of their players was behind the ball on the 18-yard line. I get that. You know, obviously Dartford are, you know, desperate to kickstart their season. I get that, like I said, but for us, I don't think we never really capitalised on the first 20 minutes. We were good for the first 20 minutes, and then they got a little bit of a grip hold in the game. It got a bit bitty, as it would do. You know, they're a physical side. You know, they know how to play a game. They know the best way to describe it, to stifle the game a little bit. But that's part and parcel of it. You know, for us, I thought we just lacked a little bit of quality in certain areas in the first half. Second half, we came out. I thought again it was stop-start, but at the same time, obviously we're going to have a look at the free kick. Whether it was a really good free kick or not, we're waiting to see, you know. But we go 1-0 down as usual. But we never give up, you know. I thought Andy Freeman was very good. I thought their goalkeeper threw a lot of balls at that side of the park in the first half in the air, and I thought Andy Freeman dealt with it very well. Never put a foot wrong really the whole game. I thought young Manny came in and centre midfield for the first half an hour. He was excellent, and if you really watched the game back, I tell you what, the boy never really gave a ball away. He just maybe run out of legs a little bit towards the end. But listen, that's 2 draws and 8 wins. Like I said, against a good team, you know, and a good football club, Dartford, in terms of their pedigree and size. But for me, I'd be honest with you, there's probably only one team trying to win it at the end, which is us. They were hanging on. They threw a few balls forward at us, and you know, it was percentage football from them, where we were trying to break the lines and trying to move the ball. I thought maybe Daniel could have took an extra touch inside the box and see if the game would have opened up for him. But listen, I ain't knocking any of the players today. They tried their best. We've picked up a few niggles and knocks today, more knocks because of the physicality of the game. But in this league, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get teams who will be physical and play a certain way and stick to that. Whereas as today, you know, again, we've come up against different teams and adapted to them. You know, we adapted to Dulwich. Really, they really played, and we adapted to them. We adapted differently today, and like I said, we've got to be. I wouldn't say delighted with the point, but we've got to be not get ahead of ourselves. You know.
And I think today also justifies why we've got the squad size that we have, because especially for this level, Keith, you're going to pick up injuries, and unfortunately for us, we have picked up quite a few in one go. So I think it makes sense for the squad numbers we've got, and so bringing Emmanuel Harvest in today, as you mentioned already. Fletcher Hubbard making his full debut, Alejandro Machado also making his home debut. So I think, with those players coming in who haven't all played together regularly, I think, as you say, I think a point is fair.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't want to get too greedy, as you say. They're a good football club, an established football club. They won out in the playoffs, and we're, like I said, you can see the contrast in the two different reactions after the game. We're disappointed, and I wouldn't say they're delighted with it, but they're probably in their change rooms probably in a better frame of mind than ours after the game. And I just said to the players, listen, we've got Canvey on Tuesday. It'll be again another different game to deal with. We've got Ramsgate here. They're coming thick and fast, and this month stroke into November, the games are going to come thick and fast for us. So it's like I said to them before the game, we're going to need everybody. We will have players coming back into the group. Benas will be back into the group. Jesse's reacting well to his rehab. We've got the other two boys who are not too bad. So, if I've missed anybody, Kamani, I'm expecting him to train on Thursday.
Marlon as well.
Marlon's coming back into the group as well. We're going to need everybody, because it's a strong league against. Sometimes you come up against physical teams, and I thought I've got this thing about 10 games into a season where you see your group players, how they are as a group, your results, and I can't fault it. I can always think we can get better, for sure. We're not going to rest on our laurels. That's not how we work. It really isn't. We always want better. But in terms of the group, we're pleased with them. But there's a lot of work to be done as well.
And obviously, you touched upon it already, but it shows how far we've come as a club as well, and as a group, considering we're playing Dartford, who are, a couple of years ago, National League South regulars, pushing for playoffs quite regularly, finding themselves at step 3. And today, finishing a full-time, us being disappointed with not picking up all 3 points, and then maybe being a happier side. But I think it shows how far we've come with us being disappointed at that.
Yes, but like I said, we're going into the winter months now coming up, and we're going to be doing a bit of travelling. But what I say, we're used to it in the Essex and in the Ryman North, when we had to go up to Galston and these type of places where we're over the bridge, and we've got to go towards Brighton and them areas. It's just part and parcel of it, I think the players we've got, the players are looking forward to it. I'd like to think they're looking forward to every game, because if you're top of a league and you've won 8 and drew 2, you've got to be looking forward to it every week. They've got to enjoy being around us. They've got to enjoy being around the football club. And it's up to them to hold on to what they've got. We've got injuries, but we've got players coming back for sure, and we've got good players coming back into the group, and that's the key thing to it. So it's all a positive. I could stand here and bemoan refereeing decisions, bemoan a team that stifled the game. Listen, that got him a point today. It got him a point in. After 90 minutes, 96 minutes, you could turn around and say it's 1-1, and it was 1-1 in the papers tomorrow morning. And we'll take that, and we'll move forward. But for me, I just felt there was a lot of positives out there today. We weren't hanging on to a 1-1 draw today against a different type of team. And that's what I'm pleased with. We can adapt to different teams, which I was concerned about at the start, because everybody in the Ryman North seems to play quite similar. In this league, they're all different. They're coached differently, and it's something to enjoy. But at the same time, we'll put this one to bed, and and we'll move on to Tuesday, and that will be difficult. There's no doubt about that.
Moving on, final question. Tuesday night, Canvey Island away. We're already playing them for the second time this season, so we know what to expect in a way from their fixture here, but it's on their turf now. They'll still be looking for their first win of the season. We've got to make sure we go in there with a positive mindset and do our job.
Again, another result for them today. They lost 2-1. They haven't been beaten by anybody by a margin, so they've been unlucky, to be fair, you know. But at the same time, that's not our what's the best way to describe it? That's not anything to do with us. We'll just go there. We will make a few changes because we need legs. You know, that took a lot out of us today, that game today. So we will look at that. And listen, that group have got to be looking forward to every game, and they've got to be looking forward to try and hold on to their places, because, like I said, the bench are still a good group as well. You know, I had 5 good players on the bench today, and like I said, it's not all about who's out. It's what we had in the 16, and I've got a good group of players on that bench that could make a difference, and some of them hopefully will make a difference on Tuesday.
Charlie, 1-1 draw here against Dartford. We respect the point. It could have been more, but all things considered, I think it's a fair result, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've gone into the dressing room at the end of the game a bit disappointed. I think we were the only team really going at the end of the game to try and get the win. I think once they got their goal, they were happy to just sort of sit off us and give us a lot of the possession, which we enjoy and which we got our goal back. But yeah, I think it's disappointing because it's points dropped, but also you got to respect, you know, they're a good side and we're going to come up against good teams, and to take a point away at the end of the game and it feel like a loss is almost a positive. So
yeah, I was saying to Keith, it feels like we've come a long way when we're finishing 1-1 against Dartford, who were, you know, National League South regulars not too long ago, and not being fully satisfied with the result.
Yeah.
I think it shows a lot of positives.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the boys, we always fight till the end. We're a fit side, so the later stages of the game, we're definitely still in the game, whether we're 1-0 down or 1-0 up. You know, we'll always fight till the end, and it definitely showed today. Even once we got the goal back, as I said, we were still looking for that second. So yeah, it's really positive. The boys, you know, we never give up, and we're a fit side, like I said. So you know, those later stages of the game, we just got to keep going and find a way to get back in, and that's what we did. So
it was a very physical battle out there, wasn't it? You know, lots of tackles going in, a very stop-start as well. But for you, especially up against their centre back, it was a proper battle between striker and centre backs there. So how did you find that one out there for you personally? Yeah,
I mean, it's a physical game, especially in this league and at this level. It's big centre halves, you know, it is going to be a battle. I feel like the ref got a lot wrong today. He was sort of giving fouls that shouldn't be given and then letting stuff play that should be a foul. So yeah, it's tough, but it's part of it. You know, I prefer games like that, you know, the physical game, it suits me. I like to just be able to give the team that target and that platform to play off. So, you know, I don't mind it so much. But yeah, it was a physical battle today. But you know, you've got to endure those physical challenges and do it for the team, and that's what we did today. So,
and obviously another very important goal from yourself to level things. Just, you know, I think 10 or so minutes after going behind, so it was quite a quick response. But talk us through that goal in your mind.
Yeah, so first off, Crippo delivered a cross in the front stick, and he said to me, get across that front post. So when I saw him driving inside, I knew roughly where he was potentially going to put it, so I just gambled in on that front post. He's hit a low cross. I've got there before the keeper and managed to poke it in. So yeah, I mean, as I say, we never give up, and those later stages of the game, that's where we come alive, and you know, we've clawed back the point. But yeah, goal's a goal, and we move on. So
I mean, we'll move on to Tuesday as well. We've got, again, games come quick and fast for us now. As Keith said, we're going into the winter months now.
Yeah.
Going to be playing a lot of games, a lot of travelling. But first, Canvey Island on Tuesday. Second time we've already played, and we sort of know what to expect.
Yeah.
But obviously, it being an away game, it's going to be a different challenge entirely. So what are you sort of thinking going into that one?
Yeah, I mean, away game on grass, it obviously brings different challenges. We've already played them, as you say, so we will do our homework and we know roughly how they play already. So we'll definitely set up to try and nullify what they've got to offer. But I think for us, it's just basically go out and carry on doing what we're doing. You know, the boys are playing well, we're winning games of football, and when you're winning and playing well, just don't change what you're doing. So I think that'll be the same message from Keith and the management staff. You know, be positive, be front foot, be aggressive, and go and score your goals and win the game. So yeah.
It's full time here at the Arena. Brentwood Town 1, Dartford 1. A well-respectable point in difficult circumstances, although potentially on the day it could have been more. Sammy Carruthers opened the scoring for the visitors, while Charlie Hughes levelled 12 minutes later. Let's take a look at the Isthmian Premier League table. Brentwood Town remain at the top and extend their lead to 6 points clear. They also are unbeaten in the opening 10 games. Our visitors, Dartford, are in 13th place and have got 12 points in their opening 10 games, while the bottom 4 is made up of Pottersbar Town, Welling United, Wingate and Finchley, and Canby Island, who we face on Tuesday. We're back in Isthmian Premier League action on Tuesday as we travel on the road to Canby Island. More details regarding that fixture are to follow and will be announced on our social media channels. Thank you for those who attended in the 992. And thank you to those for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment of Brentwood Town action. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.